Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time to continue the story of Hanachirasu. Yeah, it's time to continue because last time I arrived at the ending, apparently, and that's not the true ending of the game. So we have to continue and we'll see what's going to happen next, because this time we are not going to agree with Itsurin and we're not going to leave the city, we're not going to start a new life, we'll just continue our struggle and our fight with the current situation. And yeah, I think that will be it. So let's just do it, I guess. I'm sorry, yeah, stuff. Wow, these episodes are so unprofessional. Well, I'm not professionalist. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go. So this time we're going to reject her offer and let's go. Let's see what's going to happen.
そうか。あ。いつりん。ありがとな。
Ah, that's nice.
Akane.
Even though we don't agree with her, she still holds value. Oh no! Igarasu is in the hospital. Ooh, we have the best hostage now. Akana walks the riverbank. I thought I'm not recording. Akana walks the riverbank in the light of the setting sun, alone save for his shadow. Nearby are a few baseball and soccer fields, but at this time of day there are no shouts or cheers to be heard. Except for him, the woods still plain is empty as far as the eye can see. After leaving Itsurin Hotel, Akana stack out for Show Hospital and food. It is now short distance from Fukagawa to Asakusabashi. Sorry. But he simply could not be bothered to pick up a taxi. In his mind, at least, this is the more leisurely path. While walking, he gazed at the slowly flowing river. The water is too murky to reflect detail, with only the sand to cast a sheen of burnished crimson over its surface, but that alone is more than enough to touch his soul. Crimson is the color of blood, and blood means battle. Even a man with no sense of poetic would have little trouble making this simple connection. Akana has only one battle left to fight, yep, with Igarasu. He will face Igarasu Yoshia, an enemy all his own, and settle the score that has persisted for 4 years. Okay, which one will die? Ah, this is hard. At last, they will have a duel, a true consent of strength and skill contest, such as was the night for them 4 years ago. Over 1,000 days have passed since then, each more trying than the last. Like a chained hound, desperate to reach the food that has been placed just out of reach, he has spent countless nights, reeling in rage and frustration, agony and despair. Fewer, no doubt, were those spent in peaceful slumber, if there were any such nights at all. And now, his torment will end. Garasu will surely come, sworn to avenge the murder of Kano Misuzu. Okay. Takigawa will not stand in his way this time, and nor will the Hakodama no Kai stand in Akane's. There's no longer anything to come between them. Akane is ascetic. His relaxed stride believes the frantic beating of his heart. He finds himself wondering what he should do when it bursts free of his chest, which might well happen at any moment. I wonder now if Igarasu will actually try to have honorable duel with him, with Akane. To be honest, I don't think so. I think Igarasu just wants revenge and he will do any means possible. So it's entirely possible he will just plainly take his sister as hostage and tell to him to just I don't know, just commit like seppuku or something, or just like let me kill you, or your sister's going to die, something like that, you know. I have a feeling like Igarasu will go into like some dirty trick. Akana is like, I don't know, more honorable. It feels weird if you think about this of his character, but he actually wants a duel, and Igarasu just wants a revenge. It's like, it's so weird. Like, you get Kageaki from like mixing them together, but it's like separately these guys are like so weird. I don't even know how to like. It's funny if you think that Akane, with his like personality and stuff, he's more honorable in terms of like fights and duels, and Igarasu, even though he's like composed and everything, like his only driven point is like revenge. This is just like, I don't know, this is just like mind-blowing. His mind, however, is cold and clear, as though his brain has been immersed in ice water. He knows that he's in the best condition of his life, that he will be able to execute his techniques with greater speed, strength and precision than ever before. Confidence fills him, growing in tandem with his seemingly inexhaustible power. This supreme state will not last forever, he's certain, nor will it be without cost. If he is nothing more than a blunt out husk 3 days from now, it will be no surprise. So be it. If it will give him the strength for just one more battle, then he will ask no more of his body thereafter. Ah, okay. Okay, sorry, my brain just like stopped working for a second there. Just one more battle. But it's never easy there, is it? A second figure had appeared on the dusty field a few dozen meters before Akana, standing tall and imposing like a statue of Jesus Buddha. He had a feeling this encounter might occur. Though he had no reason to expect it, he does not even blink, so little is his surprise. As Akana approaches unhurriedly, the slaves of his kimono flapping in the breeze, the man's features gradually become distinct. Short-scalped hair, white like a barren tundra, a face that could be mistaken for the shell of the walnut, so deep and numerous are its scars, legs as thick as mighty oak, and a torso as hard as the pillar of steel. His left arm bulges with cold muscle, and his right is missing from the shoulder. Wait, that's not Igarasu? Wait, what?
Mitaka, Yasaka.
Yo! Yasako survived! I was sure he's gone. Whoa, yes! My man Masaka is alive. Holy crap.
Maken Hirunotsuki.
Maken Hirunotsuki. Yeah, okay.
あの夜の侵入者は貴様の ID カードを使って
Yep, pretty much figured out that. Okay, so he's alive, but not for long. Yeah, he's going to encounter him because of the betrayal. God damn it, he looks sick. I love this guy. From 6 paces away, Akana can hear the fury burning in Yasaka's voice.
ユミ様を撃ったな武田茜
In the distance, a night crow cries forlornly. Nothing more is said, nor do they engage in any form of communication. Such things are not necessary when dealing with a fellow human. There is no common ground between these two, however. Each feels only hatred and contempt for the other. What use they have they then for the myriad tools the mankind has created to foster mutual understanding? None whatsoever. Even an insult would be wasted breath, to say nothing of any attempt at reconciliation. I will kill this man and piss on his corpse. Such has been Akana's intent from the moment Yasaka appeared before him, and the same doubtless goes for his enemy. And so, with neither man seeking even the barest minimum of humanity in the other, they will battle to death. Okay, so before we go to Yasaka fight, before we go to Igarasu fight, we are going to fight actually Yasaka now. I wonder if he can still like manage, with only one arm. He's like heavily crippled. He's been bleeding a lot. He was like heavily injured. Somehow he's still standing, but there's no way like he can like survive this. I don't think he can put up a fight, at least a little bit in his state, but I don't think it's going to be much. Also, the soundtrack is fire. The setting sun casts their faces into shadow. From this distance, Akana cannot make out Yasaka's expression. He can imagine it well enough. However, and the thought put a smirk on his face as he continues to casual advance. Is that one of the Blade Arts soundtracks? You can let me know in the comments. Even when Yasaka was whole, Akana did not fear him. He recognized the old warrior's tremendous strength. Of course, but at some level beyond the logical, he always knew that he would win any confrontation between them. Yasaka is a dog, nothing more. A powerful, experienced and well-trained dog, yes, but a dog nonetheless. He's dangerous when protecting his master, but alone he's no more a threat than a newborn puppy. Akana had always thought that killing him would be easy as taking candy from a baby. Needless to say, that has not changed now that Yasaka has lost an arm. Akana is cautious, however. A wounded beast, yep. Wounded beast is like the most ferocious thing ever. Akana has seen Yasaka in battle. He knows that his style is to focus solely on offense. It may be foolish, but this is undeniable threat. Aware that he must not fight at Yasaka's pace, Akana consists of several strategies he had prepared for this occasion. All worthless, he concludes. Yasaka has lost an arm to compensate for. His techniques will, of course, but different than when he had both arms. It would be suicidal to treat him the same as before. He must be treated as the complete unknown. Makes sense. Yasaka is holding his staff in reverse grip diagonally before his torso. That makes sense from Akane perspective actually. Even though, I didn't thought about this, but even though Yasaka has only one arm now, you have no idea what he can do with one arm. Like, he's unpredictable now. He may be weaker because he's lose an arm and stuff, but you don't know what he can do with this. His attacks may be like weaker, but maybe he can have like more control with just one hand somehow. Like make it like a little bit loose on the grip, you know? Yasaka looks sick. I love Yasaka. Let me know in the comments if you like Yasaka or not. I really like him. Also, yeah, I will do the tier list for characters for Hanachirasu. I'm going to do tier list for every novel I'm playing, I think. We will do a stream about this. There's not many characters, so it will be like very short stream. But nonetheless, there will be one. And we can talk about Hanachirasu in general there. At a glance, it is obvious that he has no way of defending against attacks to his left side. But then, what difference does that make? If Akane comes in from the left, Yasaka will surely take the cut without even flinching, then kill Akane with a single mighty blow. This old dog does not fear joining Akane's in death. In fact, that may well be his aim. To Yasaka, surviving this battle will just mean that he will have to go to the trouble of taking his own life. Yomi's blood may be on Akane's hands, but it was Yasaka's responsibility to keep her safe. Death is the only option for the warrior who has failed to protect his master. But not for me, I can't die here. Ikarasu is waiting. You want my life? Yeah. Even a second of my time is too much to waste on a half-dead dog like you. I will finish this in a single move. At the range of 4 paces, Akana attacks. His left hand grips the top of his sheath, while his right leaps to the hilt of his sword. Don't know much of Igarasu's godlike speed. Akana's EI is nonetheless comparable to the bolt of lightning. But just as his left arm clears sheath and the fingers of his right hand close around the hilt, Yasaka explodes into motion. He steps in, long and fast, and brings his craft staff crashing down with all his weight behind it. The weapon howls as it splits the air, the wind generated by its terrible force, beating against Akane's right wrist like the harbinger of destruction. Hell yeah! This is so good. To attack with such speed, he must have retracted the moment Akane reached for his sword. He has taken Sen with flawless timing, giving Akane no chance to escape the strike aimed at his wrist. To evade now would take an act of the gods, and Akane as though it were the most natural thing in the world. Dambas uses exactly the opposite. Okay. The technique he had chosen is as human as can be. You must really want this kill. Okay, he extends his advancing left leg slightly, thus pushing his entire body to the rear. The distance is only a few millimeters, but that's enough to remove the right wrist from the expecting path of Yasaka's staff. Holy shit, okay. That's good. The near instantaneous reaction, time necessary to perform this retreat, was the product of human ingenuity, not divine intervention. The EI was a trap. Akana's aim was Gon no Sene all along. What a genius! When faced with EI, most warriors seek to bring the draw. The Karu no Ryu, therefore, has passed down a technique where the sword hand is used as the bait for the enemy strike, which is then evaded and countered. Ukigusa, okay. Ukigusa are the thick reeds that grow up from the surface of the river or the pond. The fool who steps on them thinking they indicate firm land is doomed to plunge feet first into the water. Really? Is that like a Japanese name for this plant? Or this is just like, or I'm thinking about other plant? Thick reeds. It's like this like green like with a big leaves. Is that thing? That's like on the water? Finally, Akana shifts his weight back forwards and draws, completing the technique with a slash to the neck. When facing an opponent who's the same height or shorter, the jaw often gets in the way of such a strike. Against a taller opponent, however, there is no such concern. His blade cuts clean through, sending Yasaka's head sailing through the... What's happened? Something's wrong. Yo! He actually got a hit on Akana. Damn, Yasaka! Victory was an illusion, it seems. Akane's body too slow to keep up with his mind. A sudden explosion of pain has blasted it to pieces. What? What happened? What is this pain? It wasn't part of the plan. This shouldn't be happening. Why? While Akane's thoughts fly into panic disarray, his senses coolly analyze the situation. The pain is coming from the cracked sternum. Oh shit! The damage was caused by the blunt weapon, Yasaka's staff. A tape is buried in his chest. Why? What the fuck? Wait, Akane's losing? Wait, what? Yasaka, you freaking beast! Akane's sword should have struck by now, but in truth, not even a centimeter of steel has been cleared sheath. Yasaka's sharp exhalation carries audible malice. Fool, it seems to say. Fuck. In the fraction of a second, It takes a agonized groan to escape his lips. Akana has reached full understanding. And with it comes anger, so potent that his teeth threaten to shatter under the stress of his clenched jaw. If there were time, they might well have. He was playing me? Akana inhales, charging his lungs with fury. The winner of this round is Yasaka. Damn! He just swinged and then pushed. Also, imagine how much of the strength you need for that. Like, swinging is one thing, but you need to stop this and you need to stop your swing in the middle and swing and push at the same time. Holy crap. It was Akana, not he, who stepped upon floating reeds. Although his attack appeared to have been provoked by Akana's impending EI, it was in fact a trap of his own. Having already discounted Akana's aiming for Gono-sen, he charged his attack from the downward slash to a thrust at the same moment that Akana executed his technique. As the result, Akana took Yasaka's staff full in the chest, just as he was moving forward for his own attack. Oh! Even though the sudden shift in direction robbed Yasaka's weapon of killing force, the otherwise flawless counter-strike was more than enough to put a few cracks in Akana's serum. The stabbing pain radiating from his chest fills Akana with humiliation, which in turn badges rage. Okay. Also, this injury will be fatal for Akana, I think. Even if Akana wins now, he's not going to win against Igarasu. There's no way. Injury like this, like, you can have like pierced lungs or something after this. If you like move too fast or like too drastically. And you will need like full strength against Igarasu, and that's not going to happen now. So we may lose actually Akana and Igarasu will be the winner. Why, damn it, why? Why am I wasting time here with this fog? Igarasu's waiting for me. Igarasu's waiting for me. Akana's rage is pure and unquenchable. A blazing inferno fueled by his obsession. Some may deny its righteousness, but none may deny its power. And now Yasaka's staff comes in for the finishing blow, crashing down from above as though to split Akana's skull like a ripe melon and end his torment once for all. Lacking the strength to counter the blow, Akana has no choice but to leap backwards, as far as and fast as he can. Pain shoots through his head as the tip of the stab grazes his temple, blazing a sizable chunk of flesh with it. Ooh! Oh my god, Akana's having more trouble than I thought. I was like, that's unexpected. I was really thinking that Yasaka will not give like much of the fight. He will do a little fight, but not too much. But this is like just, it's like Akana's overpowered. A near miss rattles his brain and throws off his balance, a fatal vulnerability. Get together, he breathes himself, but to no avail. He berates. It is futile to hope that Yasaka will miss this chance. Experience, the greatest advantages of the veteran warrior, has its true value in the exploration of such opportunities. Yasaka advances, his leading foot making barely a sound despite its size. After a split second to bring the tailing leg up behind, his next step in will be for the kill. Akana stumbles and falls to both knees, still dazed by the last attack. To an observer, he might appear to be begging Yasaka for forgiveness, and even if he were, it would hardly matter. As far as Yasaka is concerned, a prostrate Akana means only one thing, that Akana is immobile and cannot evade his strike. The human body is not designed to move quickly from kneeling. Hips lowered position. Imagine a mosquito in the process of sucking its victim's blood. While in the vulnerable position, the insects can easily be slain by the single slap, that's true. Also, is it just me, like, mosquitoes are like the most annoying thing ever? You can let me know in the comments, but I think like it's the same for you. Like, these things are like indestructible. Like, when it's flying like around the room, you just cannot get rid of this. Like, seriously. There's always one more, especially at the night. And it's still buzzing next to your ear. Yeah. Balance restored. Yasaka attacks with perfect timing, striking diagonally at Akana's neck. Every gram of mass he possessed goes into his staff. That might shatter his enemy's spine into a million pieces. There. Don't fuck with me, old man. Ooh. Akana right foot steps up hard and fast, so he went for EI. This is going offense against offense. We know that Yasaka... Oh my god, this is it still can mean Akana's death. Like, Yasaka don't like care if he's like hurt or killed. He will still continue with his attack. His body leaps forward. At the same time, he draws his sword. And Akana unleashes a slash from both knees. Karu no Ryu, Zanoichi. In Japan, to a degree seen nowhere else in the world, schools of swordsmanship teaches a technique designed exclusively for use while sitting or kneeling. That's true. While such techniques do exist in other cultures, they are not so prevalent as to be passed down in every martial lineage. The seated EI is intended primarily for training. For better, one is able to strike from a disadvantageous position, the more effective his regular techniques will be. But of course, it is just as useful when actually fighting from the knees. Okay. Akana hears a muffled grunt of surprise. Yasaka was utterance since the battle began, and sees something small and dark go spiraling off into the sunset. A piece of Yasaka's staff lopped off Akana's sword. Oh, he cut off his staff! Oh no, Yasaka! No! Well, shit. You fought well. You did better than I expected. Yasaka leaps back to get ranged, and Akana takes the opportunity to stand. Pain blossoms in his chest. The victor has been decided. While not life-threatening, a cracked sternum is far from light injury. For the near future, Akana will have to deal with the constant pain during his movements. Nor can the lacerations to his skull be ignored. He must be careful to not turn his head too quickly, lest the blood from the wound get into his eyes. In contrast, Yasaka is completely uninjured. The victor has been decided. Akana looks into the old warrior's face and sees terrible suffering graven there, an expression of utter torment that makes Yasaka countless battle scars pale in comparison. It is not difficult to imagine the agony that has consumed Yasaka in the short time since losing his master, but surely no one can ever fully gauge its depth. A man who has crawled up from the blackest pits of hell, such is Yasaka's visage. And now doubt crosses Yasaka's face. Doubt causes by the distressing lightness of the weapon in his mind. His staff has lost almost 10 centimeters of length. Hey, that's not that bad. Can he still carry enough force to destroy a man with a blow? What? It's half staff. You just like lost like the tip of this, like this part, like is 10 centimeters really that much in terms of this half staff? Does it really matter that much? I don't know. Maybe you have better knowledge about this, so you can let me know in the comments if that's actually a big deal for the weapon like this. I mean, sure, it's a different length now, so it have like different reach. That's true, but it should still have enough force to attack. No, No, it cannot. I don't believe it. Indeed, the victor has been decided. Realization draws in Yasaka eyes too, and with it comes the unavoidable moment of vulnerability. Victory is at hand. Akana takes sen no sen. No need for clever ploys here. Immediately upon assuming Sashi, Akana attacks with the original downward swalash. This time, if his enemy aims for the simultaneous hit, it can only work to Akana's advantage. Yasaka will die alone. Perhaps understanding this, the old man chooses to not counterattack, but instead retreats while deflecting Akana's strike with his shortened staff. His reaction is extremely fast. Few warriors could have escaped injury when attacking with such timing. It's not without price, however, as Akana is unable to fully absorb or redirect the impact, and staff goes sailing off into the sky. The end has come. Yasaka is unarmed. The once terrible demon dragon has lost his fangs, now little more than the snake hiding among the tall grass. Perhaps, if given time to regroup, he might very well possess techniques to defeat a sword with his bare hands, but Akane has no intention whatsoever of showing such leniency. Die, he was silently, electing to resent his blade rather than to waste breath on the cloud of victory. Receipt, yeah. He closes, putting his enemy once again within range, then strikes. Yasaka leaps backwards, practically throwing himself over a desperate attempt to escape Akana's blade. It works, but in the end of the Yasaka resistance. But that is the end of the Yasaka resistance. At last, the great sword master loses his balance, having pushed his aged body once too many times. With his center of gravity off the median line, he is more helpless to act than an untrained man would be standing motionless. His pride may have kept him from falling over completely, but now he has no way of defending himself, let alone attack. Next strike will end it. Akana tastes victory, sweet or certain. And there, time slows to a crawl. What the hell? What happens? Okay, Akana have some like lightning speed brain action now. Hey. Slowly, ever so slowly, the stumbling Yasaka thrusts his one hand into the fold of his robe. And from there he pulls... What? What's that? Wait a minute. Oh shit! Yasaka have a gun! Yo! I guess he's a bodyguard. He don't care about being honorable, I guess. Holy crap! Wait, these are illegal in Tokyo, right? In the story. They should not have these. Only the, like, military is supposed to have these, right? I guess his status is like the greatest, like, swordsman makes him to, like, get one. He pulls, what is that? Nah, wait just a goddamn minute. What is that? Oh man, that doesn't suit you at all. You look ridiculous. It comes into focus frame by frame, and when at least Yasaka sees it for what it is, the world screeches to a halt. Well, shit. A fucking gun. Okay. I don't care about Yasaka being honorable or not. He's the badass. He's badass. He's prepared for everything. Holy shit. At a semi-automatic pistol, the sort of weapon no one who is not a member of the police force or military has any hope of seeing in the city. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. But despite the virtual non-existence of firearms, there's also no one who can fail to recognize one on sight. For their final answer to close-range combat, the ultimate power by which a man with no training or skill can defeat any master of the martial arts with a single squeeze of the finger. The sword is powerless against the gun, just as the moon cannot stop the sun from the rising to blot it from the sky. About this, like, final answer to, like, ultimate power to defeat like swordsman and stuff. You know what? I have like flashbacks from Muramasa. Not exactly about like gun, but if you read Muramasa, you probably know what I mean. Like this fragment here. That kind of give me like a bit of like flashbacks. Akana was careless. He never even considered the possibility that he might have to face a gun here, of all places. The absolute prohibition against firearms has become more than a mere law in the decades since its institution. Now it is considered a cardinal virtue to Tokyo citizens, a fundamental part of their identity. Despite the best efforts of the police, it is not possible to acquire a gun in Tokyo. Anything can be bought if you have money and know where to look. However, to fire a gun in this city is to become an outcast among outcasts, spat upon and driven forth by even the lowest of the gutter trash and petty criminals. Well, that just shows how much Yasaka is like dedicated to his like life as the guard and to like, you know, protecting Yumi, because everything he protected just got destroyed and he have like basically nothing to live for. Just like Akana said, like he would probably commit seppuku at the end if he would win, so he don't care if he will use gun or not at this point. He just want to avenge Yumi and to like get rid of Akana. Once it becomes known that you have resorted to use of the firearms, even to save yourself from the certain death, then your life in Tokyo is over. Not only you will be the laughingstock of the entire city, but you will have to find some way to flee beyond the wall before the police catch you or a mob stings you up as an example to all. And even if you succeeded in escaping, the police outside the prefecture are stronger and better organized. You will still be a criminal with no other choice but to keep running for the rest of your life. Better to die than fire a gun. Such has been the creed of all Tokyo citizens, saints and sinners both, in the 30 years since Ishigama Kaigen instituted the famous law. By the way, I'm feeling like a bit sick, like today, and I'm not sure if I will be like actually sick in following days, so it's possible that I may have like less videos like next week or something if I actually get sick and lose my voice. As a result, even the Imperial Army, the one body legally permitted to carry firearms, has become an object of contempt and disdain. Needless to say, they have experienced a chronic shortage of the new recruits. It would not be difficult for the corporation with Takigawa's power to smuggle guns into the city. If they actually used them, however, they would risk instantly turning all the Tokyo against them. Which is why that gun cannot possibly fire. But then, why would a man who has already lost everything care about his future? Yep, exactly what I said. No fucking way. If time were not frozen solid, Akana would stamp his feet in bitter frustration. If only Asaka had been brandishing the gun from the beginning, Akana might have been able to escape. Pistols are fairly unreliable beyond a certain range. He has heard, and someone has never fired one before is unlikely to hit the target more than a few meters away. Is that the case, really? It goes without saying that Yasaka has never touched a gun before now. If Akana has made a run for it at the outset, he would have stood a good chance of getting out of range unscratched, no matter how many shots Yasaka fired off. But this, yep, you are actually in the middle of attack. What use is that logic here at the point-blank range? With his attack evaded, the gun thrust him like a countering blow. What use? None. None whatsoever. He would ask 100 people and receive the same answer. His only choice is to die. He has essentially surrendered Gono's Sen to a pistol. And this very moment, his sword is traveling this arc through empty air, centimeters from Yasaka's body. But it might as well be on the moon for all the good it can do to him. Long before he can reset his weapon and strike again, Yasaka's gun will split flame. Split flame. Flame! Blah. Even if he tries to step in with his left foot and deliver a second attack from this position, it will be too slow. Moreover, he has yet even complete the first slash. His right foot is still not fully planted. He cannot regain his next move until this. I just thought about this. His sword is now lighter thanks to Itsurin. So we remember that his technique that he was like practicing before, like this double slash, and he's too slow. Maybe now with the lower, like with the faster blade, he can actually pull it off. And okay, my prediction, Akana will pull off his like double slash that he was like training a few episodes ago, and he will cut off Yasaka's arm with the pistol before he can fire. That's my prediction. Whatever he tries to do, Yasaka's settling rising gun will center on his chest and fire first. The best outcome Akana can hope is to somehow take Yasaka with him to the grave. Should he twist his wrist and force the upward slash while his lower body is not firmly seated, that might take it in time. The problem, however, is that the strike will only have the strength of the both arms behind it, and it will never have enough force to cut through a thick muscle and dense bone. A futile exercise indeed. Yasaka will complete his objective. There's no other possibility. He was waiting for this chance all along, keeping his final weapon hidden for the moment when Akane would have no means to defend against it, and his perseverance has pulled off in full. Akana will die and Yasaka will emerge victorious. Now the battle has been truly decided. No. Time continues to compress around him. As in time that seems to last an eternity, Akane's mind tries desperately to deny the approaching end. His mind, after all, is the only tool left to him. No. How can this happen? How can I die here? I finally have the chance to face Igarasu. That's all I want. All I've ever wanted. It's what I've been waiting for all this time. And how the wait has tormented me. Many nights I've woken screaming from nightmares, my body burning with irrepressible rage and unquenchable thirst. Unable to sleep, I've dashed outside in rain and snow and swung my sword again and again until I collapsed in exhaustion, and at last got a few moments of sleep amid the mud and the worms. I've suffered long and suffered hard, but I have endured. All for the chance to face Igarasu once more. That's what I've lived for, even since that day 4 years ago. The day my dream was stolen from me. A sharp crack echoed through the hall, signaling an end of the duel. Wow, we are going to the backstory! You know what? I will leave this for the next episode, actually. We have the beginning of Igarasu and... Yasaka and Akane fight, and we are going to learn about Akane past and Igarasu past, about the duel, about the whole thing. That's a good episode, I like it. So I hope you like this as well. I still think, like, Yasaka is amazing. Like, I don't care about him not being honorable or anything. Like, he's just a badass. He's the wounded beast. I love him. I don't know if I like him in general more than Akane. Maybe? He's just like awesome. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a bit too biased towards him somehow, but I really like his character. Like, I mean, maybe not his character, like, he don't have, like, a lot of, like, development of character, if you know what I mean. Like, Akana and Igarasu has way more because they're, like, main protagonists. But Yasaka is just, like, pure badass. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this, and I will see you in the next one. So thanks for joining. Leave up a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it. You can subscribe if you want to subscribe, check my Discord and stuff, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. So thanks once again, and for now, Pocket Watch. Let's go out.